Vanilla Racing Broadcast.
Vanilla Racing Broadcast.
Alrighty,
And hello and welcome, episode 2 here of the Vanilla Racing Broadcast, which is not actually a podcast because it is a broadcast. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, iTunes, or wherever the heck you do that kind of stuff, maybe you should come over and watch it on the Vurbmoto YouTube, because this is more of like a visual broadcast because we're the video guys of the sport, or that's kind of what we think we are.
we tell ourselves that.
We tell ourselves that. I'm Wes Williams, joined by Jason Crane and Chase Stallo over there. The boys are drinking beers. I'm actually training very hard for my wedding that's coming up in a month in Mexico. So I'm after World Mini. I'm like no beers for the next month. And Chase, I just want to. I don't know if you remember.
He did it.
Do you remember how freaking pro I am?
He did it.
Wow, look at this.
Give
the guy one set of gear and get 30 million impressions.
James Stewart saw how much I was training, how fit I was getting in. He was like, dude, you would look so good in my gear. And
Cole Beach?
I showed up here one day. James Stewart and Cole Beach sent me this set of jersey, and I think they were like, hey man, do you want to be factory? And my answer is, of course, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Who doesn't want to be factory? Chase, I know you're jealous, dude.
Hey,
all right?
to all those companies out there, if you're looking for
Rhino Power, even Rhino Power is sponsoring me. All right, they said, hey, we see how fit you're getting. You're gonna look so good at your wedding. Here's some extra electrolytes while you guys are drinking.
If you're looking
beer
for
electrolytes,
if you are looking for sponsorship,
Did you get the Rhino? Did you match the Rhino Power to the gear on purpose?
Oh wow! Look at this guy.
Should I pose?
Look at this.
Can you
guy.
believe
Should I pose?
Yeah.
Look
Hey,
at this
camera 1,
guy.
camera 2, camera 3.
Wow, this one's actually really good mixed berries.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow. What are those?
Dude, what's
Explain
it taste like if
explain
you
to me.
chase it with a Coors?
No, what are they though? Is it creatine? Is it electrolytes? What is it?
Dude, do I look like a scientist? No, I freaking. They say it's good for you. I mean,
Read the back.
I can't see shit, dog.
I tell you
Three
what,
blind
I
mice
know
up
it
here.
saved my ass at World
I
Mini.
will-
That's all I do know.
We got like 10 boxes of them at World Mini, and we might have had a few beers the whole week before.
Maybe.
And yeah, I was with Crane. We were like, should we take a few of these? I'm like, yeah, dude. And like, I was just pouring sweat. And then like, yeah, an hour later, you're out there filming, and you're
Okay,
like, I feel
so,
pretty good.
There was a couple kids on the podium that were like, what are those? And I was drinking them on the podium, and I was like, oh, you should have some. Trust me, you need it more than I do.
Right. So, hey, before we really get into this, let's talk about something that we got coming up.
It's gonna be sick.
The next stop of the Vurb Shred Tour, we're hitting Unadilla May 15th and 16th, or 14th and 15th. It's Mother's Day weekend, which means we're going to have a very
all
good
in
time.
trouble.
Shout out my dad. That's his birthday.
All right. Well,
okay.
You know what? So every mom in the land of the Northeast New England area is going to come there to celebrate because Vurbmoto's coming. We're partnering with JD and Unadilla for lots of extra fun.
Dude, I don't ride anymore. I don't, except unless it's Suron or something. Pit bike. But man, those JDs look fun.
Hey, I've been to, I went.
Have you
to,
ridden one?
Oh, I haven't ridden one. I filmed plenty of them, like hanging out with
they
Robbie
look
Marshall,
fun,
Nick
though.
Batten,
The
Drew
boys.
Robbie
Torrance,
Marshall.
Boys.
the JDL
Robbie.
boys.
Yeah, I will say this. I get
That's
along
what's
with
exciting to go back there. I know Robbie's going to be
Robbie
there.
the Marshall.
Hey, Robbie.
those guys. Put on anything they do is fun. I remember I met those guys through Danny Stewart, and I was like, holy shit, I cannot hang. Like, these guys are fun all the way around.
Well,
Oh, I thought you were talking about J-Day. You're talking about the boys.
You're talking about the boys?
yeah, but I mean, it transfers in the J.
Hey, J-Day is pretty cool because it's like super hybrid moto in like
Yeah, it's
GNCC
awesome.
plus little like hard enduro. It's actually a super duper sick concept, and I'm pretty sure like thousands of people show up to
buddy.
these things.
Like off road, you talk about what's growing in this industry is off road. And I understand it because you know exactly what time you're going. You're going at 10 o'clock a.m. and you're going to ride for 3 hours and you're done. You pack up and go home.
Well, I'll tell you guys this. It won't be Unadilla, but one of these I will do the J-Day round, and we all have to race it.
I would.
They have a class for us, and it's like 45 minutes, I think, per moto. But the fact, it's not like a moto race.
Wait. How many minutes per moto?
But it's not like laps, though. Like when you're on a moto track, and you're trying to hammer as hard as you can.
Yeah.
I think it's totally different when you're like, you're going to ride for a long time, and you're just trying to make it through.
So I retired from the woods a couple years ago. I was
Okay,
at
okay.
the one of the greatest races I've ever done is the Dave Coombs. I can't remember
The High Point one.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's grass track. It's woods. It's moto track. I'm not good in the woods. It really frustrates me.
Let's be fair. Are you really even good on a moto track?
I used to be okay. like a lower level.
And now you're just pro Sur-on.
I'm pro Sur-on, honestly.
Pro Sur-on for sure.
Honestly, because there's not really many pros out there right now. So I'm just like throwing my name in there, right? Like I am one of those dudes. I competed in a race. I beat Jake Weimer. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of things going for me right now.
Yeah.
Supercross champ.
You know what? Maybe you'll go home and Seven will have sent you a box of stuff.
Cole Beach. I mean, if you're listening. Oh, yes, James. Sorry, James. If you're
I don't know. Are you on the fitness program? I think you got to be on the fitness program.
The last company to send him something was...
Right. Oh, dude, he's been going for it too. It's been like 3 vlogs and.
Hey, how much free shit y'all wearing?
It's actually we just went to the trailer and I lost a hat on the way in.
Well, I'm factory.
From here to the trailer, I lost a hat. I don't know how that happened.
I'm so factory I can't even rock Vurb stuff, but like that would be weird if you were doing a Vurbmoto, you were on Vurbmoto, and I'm Vurbmoto, and then like there's Vurbmoto logo.
I mean, if you want to shop Vurb.com, I mean, it's not. We probably have some deals. We might not have any larges.
I think we got 0 larges.
I think we have 0. So if you're and our stuff kind of fits a little tight anyway, so we probably want to go extra large.
Yeah. So hey, let's dive into our history a little bit, boys.
History.
Yeah, yours.
Your history.
I mean, enough about Vurb. Let's talk about you.
Me.
Well, I do think people, especially all the video nerds out there, no offense, guys, no offense. They are curious of like, they know you from Vurb, but a lot of OGs, I saw it on the way to the trailer, so I bring it up. There's a Go Creation sticker out there. Wonder where you got that spiffy name from.
High school nickname, baby.
Oh, whoa. It's not from that guy, Ricky Carmichael?
No. It was I was Goat Creations before Goat.
Oh no, you
Matt Walker.
Yes, he was.
I was. I started Goat Creations in 2002.
Wow.
It was a high school nickname, and it was before Ricky was the GOAT.
Oh, okay. Get into this.
So I'm the original GOAT.
He is.
Look at this, guys. Look what we uncovered.
My accomplishments might not be in quite as, but I mean, if you the first GOAT's, I don't know. That's yeah. Oh no, but yeah, I've been filming dirt bikes for a long time, Chase. Is that what you were asking me?
No. I think a lot of video nerds want to know the origins of Goat Creations, and I mean even how you got into filming dirt bikes and why you were interested.
I think that's a whole other podcast.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I don't know. 16-year-old,
give us a cliff note.
16-year-old kid with a camera. Got noticed by someone in Georgia, Richard Crosby, shout out. He called me one day and he's like, "Hey man, I got a VX 2000 and I wanted to make he wanted to make Pee Wee Mania, and he asked me if I wanted to go to Lake Whitney with him." And I was like, "Lake Whitney? What?" And shoot this new movie, Pee Wee Mania.
Okay. Had you touched a camera before then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was always a camera nerd, I think.
Okay. So
but it was the first time he handed me whatever, it was a $3,500 camera at 16 years old, and I'm like,
oh God!
Oh my God!
That's more than my car at 16 years old.
It's more than your car now.
Yeah, this is true.
Because Crane doesn't even have a car.
Yeah, Crane doesn't have a car.
Uber Gold, baby.
So anyways, yeah, I went to Lake Whitney with them, and the rest is history. I mean, it was a very easy process after that. I pretty much got Emmys and stuff after we shot in the ranks and 304. And the amount of money that just started pouring in.
Oh, so much
Wes bought a box van.
Mighty Whitney. Or what was it?
Mighty Whitey was
Mighty
a motor on the
Whitey.
box van.
It was box van first.
He actually
Mighty
cut
Whitey.
a hole in it and put plexiglass and put like a flat screen TV, which at the time was about that thick, so he could play his videos down the road.
So what is funny is I had a 6x12 trailer that it was actually my mom's that she bought to go racing, and I pretty much had decided to go full-time video and quit racing. So we sold the trailer,
decision.
and I think we got like $2,500 for the trailer at the time. That LCD Sharp TV that had just come out was, I think, $2,700, and it was like, I don't know. Anyways, yes, I cut a hole in the box van, plexiglass, put it in there, and you couldn't even see it. Like I would play movies and you couldn't even see it. It was like the biggest.
It
waste
also
of money.
had no AC, and I think the exhaust pipe ran into the cab.
Yeah, well, shit happens. Hey, we're here. Here we are making.
We're still making dirt bike stuff. Yes,
we are, man.
Hey,
I'm joking.
What was cool back then is I remember one of the earliest things I ever did was shoot Cooper Webb on a 65 at Richard Crosby's track, and I'm pretty sure he had like a little teddy bear or something on the back of his thing. And
I remember that. Yes.
And it's pretty cool now that like Tomac and Cooper are battling it out for the 450 championship. So a lot of people are like, why do you still do this? And like, I feel like I'm such a historian of the sport at this point in time that I go to these amateur races or even Loretta's. I think I've been 23 years in a row. There's just like this yearning inside me to like always document. There's so much shit that I shoot that never sees the light of day, but I still want to shoot it just so I have it.
Yeah. Well, and what's some of the favorite stuff that you've ever shot, man? Like,
oh, can I jump in here?
I think that's a whole nother
it
podcast.
Is. I just want to say Barcia Platinum. That's
Barcia Platinum.
Let's leave it
Two
at that.
Barcia Platinums? I'll never live that down. Every comment is not as good as the Barcia Platinum.
It's not.
Well, and
it's not.
what a lot of you guys don't know this. I was with Wes editing this, and I was like, Wes, am I gonna be able to help out? And he's like, No, I'm touching. No one's touching the sticks on this. We're at Disney World filming more stuff for more.
Oh wow.
Other projects.
More other projects and
more
we're
other projects.
More
The
other.
Magic Wand Foundation.
Yep.
Shout out.
I want to backtrack a little bit. Did you guys see the Gypsy Tales quote from
Yes.
Webb? He said
Which one? I saw a few of them that were really good.
He said the quiet part out loud about Tomac. Can we go to the tape?
Yeah.
go to the tape.
Let's
go to the
we're
tape.
going to turn to the screen here.
Remember that this is the visual part of our podcast. Let's go to the tape.
Yeah.
Eli is the enigma of, it's almost like he's unwithable.
No, and he's tough. Like, I've tried everything, to be honest. Like, I remember 2020, I did the sight lap and same kind of thing. I was feeling good and I was lined up next to him and I just said, "Hey, MFer, I hope you're ready for a battle." He looked at me and then just looked right back where he was looking. Dude, he started like 20th, went through the pack, caught everyone, caught me, and I won by a hair. Had I not hole shot it and been out front by myself, like, dude would have won. And I remember after that, like, this dude's gnarly. Same thing, like, you can try to ride him aggressive and he'll ride you back aggressive. He's by far my biggest competitor.
Wow. Can you believe you said that?
I can't. Wow.
No, but it is crazy. It's. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen a full.
I think we all knew it though.
Yeah.
We all knew it.
Yeah.
He just said it out loud.
He's just
That what, Tomac's Unbreakable?
He's
Yeah.
that he's
Is
tried.
that what
I
you're
mean,
trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so here's what I love about, almost said it. Here's what I love about Webb is he's not afraid to play the mind games, right? Like we see it when he brought the pit board up to Roxon, when he came out on the line with a heater, like he's not afraid. And some people don't like it.
I love it.
I love it. I mean, I wrote Boogie Dog.
I love Cooper Webb for this.
Boogie Dog wrote an article a long time ago saying it's shit talking in motocross, and if you can't back
should
it, get out.
be.
Because like, first of all, we're the only sport that you put a helmet on, you don't get to talk shit. Every other sport ever, you can talk shit during the sport.
Well,
and if you can't handle it for the 3 minutes on the line, then back up.
yeah,
That's how I feel.
And look, and Webb comes out and he does it, and then he goes and wins, and then he throws the little guns, and he does all these little things.
Yep.
And I feel like his quote in the press conference was calculated after the Webb thing or the Sexton thing, where he said he was like, "Oh, I think that affected him." He knows damn well that didn't affect him,
But
he knows damn well it didn't.
I remember.
But Sexton did what Sexton did. So Webb saw that, and he's going to use that to his advantage,
Yep.
right? He's going to go, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that did affect him." That's what
There's
I
only
did.
one person that's got to think it worked, and that's Cooper.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter though.
I mean, I guess we'll see at the end of the year. Did it work?
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, he's still ahead of Sexton. I mean, he can't do that to Tomac though, just like he said. Like,
Yeah.
Tomac, he's a wall, dude. He does not care.
I think at
He's
this
like
point in the
Drago.
championship, you got to just throw everything you got, though.
Oh, I think he's trying.
Whether it
I'm
works
just
or
saying it
not.
doesn't work.
I don't know.
Well, I think it worked at one. I think it worked one race this year. We saw Tomac crash.
Well, so that's
Now I
what I
think
was
it's
going
gonna
to say.
work again.
I went to my
wow,
only race
okay.
I've been to this year
Okay,
is
okay.
Anaheim 2. And I remember thinking at that point in time, Tomac was indestructible. And that was the race
Yeah.
that he crashed. And I've never asked a question in the press conference except once, Ryan Dungey, 07.
Yeah, oh, wow.
I'm not a press conference ask questions guy.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. And I was about to ask Sexton that day about Tomac, finally self-destructing a little bit, pressure getting to him. But he's not infallible. He can crack.
he is
It can
human.
happen.
No.
He's
of
human.
Of course. I'm saying as far as the mind games, right? Like Webb
But
said.
everything adds up. If you play the
maybe.
mind game, it cracks the foundation in some way, shape, or
'Cause,
form.
I mean,
especially if he's off his game that day.
if anything, he doesn't want Cooper to think the mind's game working, which that makes it work.
Course.
Oh, we're getting in too deep. My head's about
Yeah,
to listen, Linda.
Lisa.
Webb is a little younger than Tomac, but Tomac we all know could retire next year. We have no idea.
There's no chance.
He could. He's not signed.
I don't think he's going to.
We'll make time for that. But where you guys were at Freestone, World Mini, I mean, all over the country.
Yeah, we're
Who
talking
are the next dudes. Who are
I
the
mean,
next guys
talking like
coming up?
haven't been lucky enough to see guys like Cooper graduate his 8th grade graduation and film other athletes like that.
That was so much fun filming his 8th grade graduation as like a 25-year-old.
And now you're
that.
gonna-
that was such a memorable
You're
experience.
going to be
for me.
37 tomorrow and probably
yeah.
film Jaden Smarts coming up.
Well, I mean, speaking up, like who,
Speaking
like,
of
like
James
Wes,
Smart.
like who do you think the next guys are? Man, we were at Freestone. Wes and I were at Freestone. I don't know if you guys checked all that content. That was,
They better have.
yeah, they better have.
The Grom Report brought to you by GoPro GromQuest. Mm-hmm. So who's next is the question?
Yeah.
Well, it's not even who's next. So I saw an interesting comment, and I'd love to take credit for it, but I can't. It said we're seeing the first generation of Stasic, Strider riders now, right? And I can tell you at World Mini, Jaden Smart, my God, that kid, his style.
Unreal.
Little
and
RC.
not only Jaden, like that whole class.
Go down to like Jet Rao in the 50 class who was winning that one.
Oh my God.
Or
Huxley Nolan.
Huxley Nolan, like all their style, dude. They're hitting 100-foot finish lines and like doing turn ups and stuff, and then tapping the back brake like Jeremy McGrath still root style, and it's just like, what in the hell?
Well, we think about it like back in the day, like if you saw like Nico Izzy on a 50 at Minios was like insane, but the whole 50 class is doing that now.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. Like when I go back to Go Creations days, we had like Ian Treadle and Nico and Stroopy. A lot of these guys were Ronnie Tishner dudes.
Yeah.
And so they all had the just like perfect form and like the way they would set in ruts and everything and hold controls. Like they had picture perfect style. And I always accredited RT for that. But now you see this style just translating, and I think it's the more Jet and Hunter and AJ style going down to all these younger kids. The way Jet and them are riding is now translating to all the young dudes.
Well, and it's everywhere because it's so easy. Like, dude, I remember back in the day, it was like you'd have to get a VHS or a book.
Gary Simmons,
Gary
man.
Simmons, dude. That's what I was looking for.
I was Gary Bailey guy.
Yeah.
I was
Gary
Gary
Bailey's-
Simmons. Books.
Oh, I didn't
and now
read.
it's all over YouTube and Instagram and apps and.
I mean, there's almost no excuse to not have good form now since there's everybody. There's
So what
everybody
happens?
has an app.
What
I said now. Yeah.
Oh, now. Oh, yeah.
now.
Yeah, I grew up in the wrong era, man. I grew up in the wrong era.
So, but
That's
yeah,
it.
talk about what you were saying. Like, I mean, talk about Jaden Smart and I mean, all those guys. I mean, I can tell you who I think has got
Oh
it.
my God. We already said enough. I mean, I don't know what more there is to say. Even in the 80 classes, we got Caden Dudney's and the Grayson Townsend.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
So many.
all of them look so epic.
I'll say this. So, I mean, as far as
Tiger
style,
Wood on 125.
Tiger Wood. Yeah, we all know he's going to
Tiger Wood.
Next
but,
Australian.
But as far as like, I mean, outside of the style goes, the mentality part of it, I got to give it to Daxton Binnick. He and I had an off-camera conversation, and I don't know if you guys saw this in Freestone, but he did not win, and he
did not.
pretty lackluster, and he didn't win for multiple reasons. But his last moto, he came from like dead last, and that dude rode his dirt bike so fast, and then he gassed out, and I was talking to him, and he goes like, "Does it suck to not win my last Freestone? Yeah." But in actuality, it may be the most important lesson I could ever learn going into pros because I'm not going to be winning in pros. I'm going to have to come through the pack. I'm not going to get good starts. And he goes, I learned two things. One, I've never ridden my dirt bike that fast. Two, I got 18 minutes in me before I gassed. And then he just goes,
At
and like,
that
and
pace anyways.
and three, he's pissed.
Yeah.
So like, I saw that with Cooper his last year in amateurs too. Like he had that mentality of like, let's take everything as a positive and a learning stone. And I mean, if you lose, that sucks. If you win, that's cool too.
And what's funny is AC is probably the last amateur that came in and was like won immediately. Like who else? Even Jed.
I just think it's
Hayden.
I just think it's impossible now.
No, it's not. I mean, AC's not that far removed. He is older. Don't get me wrong.
Everybody always talks about how fast, like in 04 and 05, how fast those dudes were, and it can't touch them. I do think Stu on a 125, you'll never like. He was unreal. But now I think everybody's that fast.
Yeah.
They are.
The training facilities have changed the way amateur motocross is, and every single the top 10
they're also
is
fast.
what Austin Stroop and Nico Izzy used to be.
Yep.
I think Nico Izzy would have been a sixth place dude most of the time in that scenario.
I mean, and just even like coming, I mean, like the Canadian champion,
Ryder McNabb.
Ryder McNabb, he came down,
He's
and
got
I mean,
hurt.
he won a couple motos, but like he raced an amateur race, and I mean, a couple of IM dudes, American dudes, put it on him. And I think that was like
America.
But yeah, just point being is like the level is so high now, and like
and I saw it this past weekend. I mean, it's since Loretta's of last year, and usually I don't even get to watch because I'm sitting in a booth. So, you know, I don't get to see it up close. And man, those even the last place 65 kid, his style was like 100 times better than Crane's.
Yeah,
It's like 1,000
Crane's
times
on a
better than
dirt
Crane's.
bike, but Crane's on a Sur-Ron. We'll see. We'll see.
So yeah, I
Smoke
mean
you.
but even the Stasic racing, man, like
Yeah.
I have seen those kids and it's incredible how much balance and control and like Rhinos likes to use the hips, how much hips and everything they got, man.
Well, my son Brixton just he's
coming.
2 years, 3 months old, and he's already riding the 12-inch Stasic. You should see his style. He's already freaking
getting
twisting
there,
it
dude.
and ripping it.
Did
getting
James
around
Stewart
the
give him
backyard.
gear yet?
No.
We're working on it, okay?
James,
Hey, you
come
know
on,
what?
James.
My boy's about to be GoPro Factory. We're doing the GoPro Grom Quest, which is where they're trying to get the Groms to submit videos of them doing extraordinary things.
Yes.
Wait till they say Brixton
Dude, did you see
ripping
that?
around my backyard.
Did you see that kid, the 12-year-old doing backflips?
Yeah, that's sick.
What were you doing at 12?
I'm trying to ride a skateboard, maybe.
Yeah. I think I was lighting fires in the woods,
Yeah.
building tree houses,
probably
and
skipping school.
riding an XR100.
Actually, at 12, I was getting my first dirt bike, my XR80.
I had XR100 at 12.
Nice.
Yeah, same. That's cool. That's cool.
That's a good ending point, guys.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah, I think we probably already gone over time here. We said 15 minutes
good.
on these things. I think we're probably at
23-0.
23.
Whoa,
Okay, that's what I was
okay.
going to
Not too
guess.
bad.
Not too shabby.
All right, well,
So-
you guys are welcome for the extra 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Free. All free.
Well, there you go. Episode 2 of the Vanilla Racing Broadcast. That is 1000% not a podcast. Brought to you by Vurbmoto and our good friends at Rhino Power.
Not Coors Light
Or
quite
Coors
yet.
Light.
Not quite yet. We're getting there.
But we'll see you next time.
We're out. Hey, babe, you're on the podcast.
Babe.
Hey, you're on the podcast.
Babe.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, you're on the podcast.
You're on the podcast.
Hello.